Hello and welcome to Caesar's Snack Sandwich. Today we're back on Yearn Finance. Today I'm going to take a look at the 3 pool. It's doing pretty good, 14% yearly growth based on a 1 week's performance. On the 1 month performance, it's about 15%. It's definitely not bad. The 3 pools is a combination of 3 stable coins, USDI, USDC, and USDT. So let's say if you wanted to participate in a vault, you would need to have some y3Crv. Now this isn't a token that you can get off Uniswap. You'll have to go through some steps to get it. So I'm going to go through the flow of this vault and what it's doing and how to get inside. So here we are. We have a Yearn user. He comes to Yearn. He has these stable coins. He wishes to participate in the 3 pool. So he sees the 3 pools. Oh, it's producing pretty good. It's doing pretty well. I think I want to get in there. So he goes to Curve Finance and deposits his USDC or whatever token he has into the Curve 3 pool. So let's take a look at Curve. So here we are on Curve Finance. You can find this website in the description. So the first thing you want to do is come up to the top here. There's the green box lines. You want to find the 3 pool, and so you would take your DAI USD. This is a place where you could swap through these 3 pool tokens, right? So any of these 3 tokens within these pool, so you can swap between them. But what we want to do is we want to deposit some tokens. So come here and it says use maximum amount of tokens available, or add all coins to in a balanced proportion. We want to make sure that this is not on, because unless you have a balanced proportion of tokens, so you want to put 50, 50, 50, or 500, 500, 500, or whatever your numbers are, unless you want to do specifically that, I would make sure this is off, and then you can just put whatever, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever, however much DAI you have or whatever, and deposit it. You can deposit and stake in the gauge as well, but don't need to do that right now. What we want to do is just deposit and gain our LP token. So back here, so you deposit in Curve Finance and into the 3 pool, and then the 3 pool will issue you back your 3Crv LP token back to your wallet, and then you will come back to your Finance here, and you'll have it ready in your wallet here, a balance here, and you can deposit it or deposit it all, or whatever proportion you wish to do. Now that you have this deposited in here, there is an easier way as well that wouldn't require all of these steps. This is 1 step to deposit here and 1 step to deposit here. Now there's also a authorization, so there's actually 2 gas fees here and 2 gas fees here if you're doing it for your first time. So there is another option, and that is to interact with Zapper instead. So we go to Zapper, zapper.fi. Now this, again, the description, the URL will be in the description. Now this is not actually, this is the demo account here. This is not actually my account, but you would go to invest here, down to sometimes there would be other ones here if you happen to have investments already. Then you go to explore opportunities, and in here you type Yearn. Yearn is all you really need, and you scroll down and you find 3 pool Curve Vault and add liquidity. Now I don't have my wallet connected, but it allows you to choose between ETH, DAI, USD, USDT, Link, or if you happen to have that 3 pool Curve token, you can do it here as well. So this is pretty useful, especially if you're running on ETH or whatever. So it allows you to go straight into that Yearn 3 pool. So back to the flowchart. So after you've either gone through this manual way or through the Zapper way into the pool will issue you a y3Crv LP token. Now once again, this LP token tells the vault that it owes you a certain amount of CRV. Now that's pretty much how to get in and into the vault, and how to get out of the vault would be the opposite. You would come here, withdraw your CRV, go back here, and where it says withdraw at the top, you would go through the steps to withdraw as well. And you can tell it what you want to withdraw it in, what percentages and so forth. Alternatively, you can come to Zapper and this would change to add liquidity. You would have a withdrawal feature inside here, which I don't happen to have right now because I'm not connected. But anyhow, it's quite easy. You will find that it's just a couple clicks. So that's how to get in and out of the 3-pool vault. But what is the 3-pool vault doing? I think it's important to understand the strategy, at least at a rudimentary level, so that you can understand where the yield is coming from. So let's take a look at the first step. So because we have these 3 CRV LP tokens, these 3 CRV LP tokens are gaining value by people who come along to Curve Finance and want to trade with the 3-pool tokens. So say maybe they went to Curve, right, and they're like, oh, this 3-pool, I want to buy and sell from the 3-pool, and I want to trade some DAI for some USDC because of this small variation of arbitrage. With huge money, they can make money this way. So maybe they're interacting with the 3-pool. The other option is there's all of these single token meta pools in Curve that if they want to trade for these tokens, they will automatically be interacting with this 3-pool as well. So let's take a look at the Curve. And we have them all here. So let's just choose a random one. Let's say, let's go HUSD. So let's say I had some HUSD and I wanted to trade it for USDC or whatever, if I could find a good deal. Or maybe I had some DAI and I was like, oh, I want to buy some HUSD. So by interacting with this pool, which is the HUSD pool, I'm also interacting with the 3-pool. So as you can see, the 3-pool has a lot of tokens that it interacts with, as well as its own tokens. So there's a possibility of a large amount of fees being paid to this, because if they interact with these meta pools, the fees are split between the 3-pool and these meta pools. And there's a percentage. It's not 50-50, but there is a different percentage per pool. And if people just interact with the 3-pool itself, then these 3 CRV tokens are gaining value. When you come bring them back, you will get more than what you put in, basically. Now, that's what Curve Finance is doing. So why would we need to use the Yearn 3-pool vault? Like, it's going to do something by itself. Like, these are already gaining value. So what can this offer? So one of the things it does is it takes these 3 Curve LP tokens and it stakes it into the government gauge. Now, you could do that manually as well when you come to deposit. And I'm not on the H3-pool. You come to deposit, and remember I said deposit and stake in gauge. Now, when you stake in the gauge, then your 3 CRVs are also gaining value from the fees here, but you're also gaining Curve staking rewards. So these have to be claimed. They pile up inside the gauge, and then you have to go claim them. But that's going to cost gas too, and it's going to be monitored, and you will lose money to gas and stuff like that all the time. So instead, we let the vault take care of that for us in bulk with all the other people who are participating in the vault. So what they do is they take these Curve staking rewards and they take them to Uniswap. But before they bring them to Uniswap, they take 10% and they stick it in the Curve booster. Now what the Curve booster does is it boosts the Curve gauge so that these rewards will actually go up in percentage. So there will be bigger amounts of Curve coming to the pool to be sold. So every time they harvest these, they take 10%, stick it into the Curve booster, and then the rest they take to Uniswap. And what do they do at Uniswap? They swap it for DAI, and then that DAI is directly deposited right back into the Curve pool. So as you can see, there's quite a few steps in here that is being automated by the Yearn 3-pool vault, as well as the gaining of the Curve Finance users and the Curve Finance 3 CRV interest. That's our or gains that are yields that are being put into this token. So that pretty much covers what the Yearn token or the 3-pool Yearn Vault is doing. So let's take a look at the stats and see. So based on the stats, currently the holding is about, is that a period? Yeah, so 18 million, and the strategy is holding roughly the same. Now these two numbers are different because this is actual money in the process of, maybe staked at Curve and so forth. So this money actually staked into the Curve finance and so forth, and this is the money that's sitting in the pool right now, the 3CRV tokens that are in the pool, not that can be withdrawn. Now weekly is 14%, on the month it's 15%. Now this is like the yearly return on investment based on the performance of the last week, and based on the performance of the last month and so forth. So that pretty much covers what the Yearn 3-pool Vault is doing. I hope it's been helpful, and I hope it helps you to understand a little bit better what's going on. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.